the word, YouTube? It's your boy, Coach TDOT. They subbed me out. But I'm back in the game, Coach. I'm back with some more heat for y'all boys, man. So check it out, chat. We finna get right into this thing, man. So we're gonna switch it up for y'all today, G. Alright. Today we're gonna be reacting to the rise and fall of Derrick Rose, man. The full NBA story, G. Now, if y'all do not know, Derrick Rose is my favorite player of all time, G. I know we react to a lot of Mike and Larry, and I say LeBron, but Derrick Rose, like growing up, G, for me, Derrick Rose was my Michael Jordan. You know how a lot of Michael Jordan inspired a lot of people, not just in Chicago, but around the world to play basketball. D Rose was my reason for wanting to start taking basketball serious. I wanted to be just like this man. You feel me? So I really want to hear what they got to say in this video, man. You know, it's going to be sad because, you know, I always was one of them people like, you feel me? I always wondered like what D Rose's career would have been if he would have just stayed healthy, folks. And I think we all wonder that. If you a basketball fan, you always think about like, man, if D Rose didn't get hurt, he'll probably be better than Steph right now. You feel me? Or just whatever. Like, better than all of these niggas, Kyrie, all the Westbrook. But he got hurt so early and it just kept happening. So, you know, we're going to see what's up today, man. For all my new viewers. I don't fake none of my reactions. All my reactions are live. And we going to watch this shit together. You feel me? Man, let's get right into this, man. We not just the best in the city, but the best in the world, G. Without further ado, nigga, it's D Rose.
This is Derrick Rose, the 2011 NBA MVP.
Hey, make sure y'all smash that like button. Let's do it.
At only 22 years old, Rose became the youngest MVP in history. Fans around the world thought he would be a dominant force for years to come. But unfortunately, as we all know, that did not happen. I'm going to be covering every season of Rose's career up until now, which includes his transformation into a superstar and also his fall into mediocrity. Rose got selected by the Bulls with the first overall pick in 2008, a draft that would go down to be one of the better ones in recent history. With only a 1.7% chance of getting the number one pick, the Bulls were extremely fortunate to be able to draft him. People even believe that this draft was rigged because the league wanted one of the biggest markets, Chicago, to have a superstar. But anyway, Rose had a great rookie season, averaging 17 points and 6 assists per game on 48% shooting. You could already see flashes of him becoming a star at 20 years old. He was an athletic freak of nature, but he also knew how to maintain control of his body, which is something that very few rookies are capable of. He won Rookie of the Year in a landslide, but his greatest moment this season happened during the playoffs. The young Bulls were matched up against the defending champion Boston Celtics, and man, this would turn out to be arguably the best first-round series in history. In Game 1, Rose exploded for 36 points and 11 assists.
Wow.
He tied Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's record for most points in a playoff debut, as the Bulls won Game 1 in overtime. They would go on to lose the series in 7 tough games, but everyone at this time knew that Rose was going to be big. However, his rise to stardom would take a backseat for a bit. In the summer of 2009, the NCAA went through some investigations and found out that Rose cheated on his SAT exam in high school. His SAT scores were invalidated, so they declared that he should have been academically ineligible to play college basketball in Memphis. As a result, Rose and the Memphis Tigers' entire 2007 to 2008 college season was removed from the history books. And while this situation left a bad mark on Rose's reputation, that did not stop him from continuing his NBA success.
Hold on, G. Are y'all serious, fuck? Cause I remember this, like, growing up, G, but I never heard the full story. Niggas used to be like, D Rose had somebody take the SAT or the ACT for him and shit, so like, you know, it was like a big scandal. But G, you telling me they took away their whole season because of that, folks? Oh, no. Y'all bogus as hell. NCAA, folks. Y'all ought to be ashamed, G. Y'all ought to be ashamed, because there's no way, folks. The nigga played the whole season, and y'all didn't know this? Y'all want to wait till he started going crazy in the league, and then y'all want to pull up old archives and shit, try to bring it back on this nigga, man. And then y'all gonna take away that whole season, folks? Just erase the niggas from the history books, folks. Y'all crazy, man. Y'all are crazy. So y'all just gonna erase the whole history of the team, G. And they went to the national title that year too, folks. So imagine if they would have won the NCAA championship. So you telling me they would have took away all their rings, or they wouldn't have gave them rings because of that? Y'all bogus as hell, G. I can't, man. I can't stand hating ass niggas, man. Once he started going crazy, I want to bring this up, folks.
In his second season, he upped his scoring average to over 20 points per game,
and
he's now the first option on the team. But the Bulls didn't do much better as a team, since Ben Gordon, who was a huge part of their team last season, ended up signing with the Pistons. They finished the season again with a 41-41 record, and they lost in the first round to the Cavs, despite Rose playing out of his mind.
This was crazy.
The 2010
how much he averaged in the playoffs?
Despite Rose
damn, he averaged 26 and 7 in the
out
playoffs.
of his mind.
Sheesh.
The 2010-2011 season is where it all came together. Under the team's new coach, Tom Thibodeau, Rose ended up having a career season, averaging 25-8-4 as the Bulls won a league-best 62 games. He was also voted in as a starter for the 2011 All-Star Game, and had the 5th highest number of jersey sales by the end of the season. This is the season where Rose's popularity skyrocketed, and he became a bona fide superstar. He capped off this incredible season by being the youngest player to ever win the MVP. And even though the Bulls lost to the Miami Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals, this was just the beginning of Rose's journey, or at least we thought it was. 2012 came along and brought with it some high expectations. Unfortunately, Rose managed to only play 39 of the 66 total games in this lockout-shortened season. He was struggling with a bunch of nagging injuries for months, but he still put up some good numbers and entered the playoffs at full health. And I'm sure everyone knows some good numbers and enter the playoffs at full health. And I'm sure everyone knows what happens next. So I don't want to talk about this too much. In Game 1, as the Bulls were up 12 with a minute left, Rose started driving.
Damn, T! I still get mad at damn! I damn near want to skip this part, man. This part always make me mad, man. Ah! It's because of Tom Thibodeau, G. Hey, Tom, Chicago, we never gonna forgive you for this, G. We never gonna forgive you for this one, man. Let me fix my stuff, G, before I get into this, G. Cause I really want y'all to, I want y'all to feel me on this one, folks. Cause Chicago, we never gonna forgive you for this, Tom Thibodeau. Even though you was just trying to do what was best for the team, you wanted to leave. Bro, we was up by 12 points with a minute and 19 seconds left, bro. Why is Derrick still in the game, G? Oh, this make me mad, bro. Like now in 2020 hindsight, that's what we was all thinking. But obviously at the time, we just like, yeah, like, he going crazy, like, but like, look at this shit, man.
In Game 1, as the Bulls were up 12 with a minute
he in the game for?
Rose started driving to the basket and awkwardly planted his left knee. He was forced to leave the game, and an MRI later revealed that he tore his ACL. This would end up being the defining moment in Rose's career, and the defining moment of the Bulls franchise in the post-Jordan era. April 28, 2012 is a day that fans will never forget.
Damn.
Although medical treatments and surgical procedures are as advanced as ever, his career started a downward spiral that even to this day he's still recovering from. After tearing his ACL, Rose missed the entire next season. Then in the beginning of the 2013-2014 season, Rose finally stepped onto the court in one of the most anticipated returns as far as I can remember. He started off a bit of
2013-2014 first game home since
season.
Damn,
Rose
bro,
finally
crazy,
stepped onto the court in one of the most anticipated returns as far as I can remember. He started off a bit slow, making only 15 of his 52 field goals, in his first 3 games back. But later he had 2 20-point games and was starting to get back into form. Until 10 games into the season, he suffered another knee injury. After a game against the Blazers, it was found out that he had a torn meniscus, this time in his right knee, and he was out for the rest of this season as well. But even with another terrible injury, everyone was still optimistic. A meniscus tear isn't that bad, and players usually fully recover after one.
Oh, I remember this.
He returned to the court in the 2014-15 season, and he stayed relatively healthy for most of the season. But once again, Rose found out that he had another meniscus tear in his right knee on February 24, 2015. The same knee that apparently got fixed in the year before. He just could not catch a break.
Wait, what?
And around this
He had a meniscus tear.
And he stayed relatively healthy for court in the 2014-15 fully recover after one. He returned to the court in the 2014-15 season, and he stayed relatively healthy for most of the season. But once again, Rose found out that he had another meniscus tear in his right knee on February 24, 2015.
That's my
the
birthday
same knee that
crazy.
Apparently got fixed in the year before. He just could not catch a break. And around this time, people started having doubts if he'd ever be the same player again. He was still only 26 years old, but his play on the court was nowhere near the level of his MVP season, even in the games where he was healthy. Luckily, this injury wasn't that serious and Rose returned just in time for the playoffs. The Bulls had a pretty good run, and Rose even hit a game-winning shot against the Cavaliers.
I remember this.
While he didn't shoot the ball that well, he still averaged some respectable numbers against them, and showed flashes of his former self. Perhaps there was still some hope. Rose finished off the 2015 postseason playing his best basketball since he tore his ACL. He spent the summer relaxing and working on his game as he was finally healthy. But then he got struck by another incident. This time it was not an injury. It was a lawsuit filed by his ex-girlfriend, who accused Rose and his buddies for drugging and gang raping her back in 2013. To make matters even worse, right before the 2016 season started, Rose fractured his left orbital bone during the team's first practice. It wasn't that serious, but he said that his vision was messed up for months. He even adjusted his playstyle by starting to take more bank shots, since he had some depth perception issues. With the combination of his blurry vision and his ex-girlfriend's lawsuit in the back of his mind, Rose struggled early on in the season. But he did improve every month. In February and March, he averaged these numbers, which are not bad at all. Although Rose had a decent season, the Bulls decided that it was time to move on. They traded Rose to the Knicks in the summer of 2006.
Hey man, this is around the time where I start like the Bulls. I love the Bulls, G. But like, bro, I really lost a lot of faith and I started to hate the Bulls for this shit, G. Cause y'all know I'm from Chicago, folks. So like we was like, obviously, we was kind of like mad as a fan base, G, that he kept getting injured. But it was out of his control, fo. Like you can't help if you get injured, fo. But you know, in our minds, we sports fans, we wanna see niggas winning, and we know we can't win if D Rose keep getting hurt, fo. So I feel like the people at the top of the Bulls organization, they was hearing the murmurs and they was hearing all the chatter from the fans and just the media and shit like, he can't stay healthy and he's not going to be a long-term fit for them. And, you know, is he going to ever be healthy and shit like that? So, you know, and Derrick Rose the type of person, for like, he's real quiet, G, and reserved, for he's not going to pop his shit. Like, y'all see D-Rose talking now, but this D-Rose right here, he wasn't going to really be saying too much, you feel me, about like what's going on and how he feeling and stuff like that. I feel like if he would have voiced himself more to the front office, G, they would have kept him longer. But he was just playing the back. You feel me? He was just kind of just letting shit happen because, you know, he was quiet, folks, mal-mannered, bro. That wasn't in his DNA, G, back then. You feel me? To be going to the front office trying to demand shit and like say, but I feel like they could have extended his stint, bro. They didn't even get a nigga 10 years, G. Like, y'all couldn't have gave him 10 years, folks? Like, they cut that shit super short, bro. They like, yeah, you getting hurt too much, for you got to get up out of here. But I still feel like they could have played it out a little longer, bro. Like, you got to you got to ride with your franchise player, bro, until it's too late. Like, he was, 27 around this time, 26? Like, nigga, that's when niggas really start and really entering their primes for real. You feel me? Like, y'all, man.
16.
I was
The
crying
good
like a
news is
motherfucker
that
when they
Rose
traded him
surprisingly
to the
had a
to the
pretty good
Knicks.
season in this past year. He averaged
what'd
his
he
most
say?
points that they traded Rose to the Knicks in the summer of 2016.
I couldn't
The
believe
good
that,
news
bro. I
is
was
that
crying
Rose
like a motherfucker.
surprisingly had a pretty good season in this past year. He averaged his most points in a season since 2012 and also recorded a career high in free throw percentage. But when the season was almost over, yet again, Rose suffered another torn meniscus,
Wow.
this time on his left knee. All of these injuries that happened to him, man, it's just really sad and unfortunate.
Damn,
Rose
bro.
is an incredibly hard worker and has tried his absolute best to change his playstyle to help his team win. But all of these obstacles just keep putting him down. In the last 5 years, he has had 4 knee surgeries.
Wow.
It's amazing that he can still walk, let alone play professional basketball. And don't forget, he's only 28 years to play professional
Only 28. Hold on. Torn meniscus. He tore his meniscus 2 times in the same knee, bro.
basketball.
tore his meniscus in his
And
left
don't
knee, bro.
forget, he's only 28 years old, so his career is far from over. He most likely won't play like a superstar or MVP anymore, but I think he can still be a great starter on a playoff team. I'm a huge Derrick Rose fan and I will still root for him every time he steps on the court. But sometimes you gotta wonder, what if we lived in a world where Rose never got injured? Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed the video.
Man, bruh. And how long ago was this video made? This shit was made 8 years ago, bro. So, like, obviously D Rose kept playing for. It's probably some more recent videos, but we all know he ended up getting traded to like the Cavs, and then he took some time off from basketball. Then he got traded to the Timberwolves. Then he got traded to Detroit, and then he got traded to the Knicks again, and then he got traded to the Grizzlies. That's where he finished at. And that's where, he played with Ja like that last season. And then he announced that he was retiring, last year or this year? I think he retired this. Yeah, he retired last season. He retired going into last season. And now this year. Hey, and it's crazy, y'all. I just met D Rose for the first time. If y'all go follow me on Instagram, y'all can see the whole clip. Go follow my Instagram at 3T Workouts. I just met D Rose for the first time this summer, bro. And I couldn't even tell him like how much, he meant to me growing up and shit like that, bro. I'm going to get the chance to meet bro one day, and just really like tell him like, bro, if it wasn't for you, I don't even know if I would even like started really taking basketball serious for real. Like, or loving the game. You made me love basketball for real. Like, I wanted to be like D Rose so much, G. You feel me? So, bro, it's tragic, man. What happened to this man's story, bro? Like, what happened to his career? I wish he could have had more time with the Bulls to like kind of like, prove himself. I feel like they gave up on him too early, bro. Like, obviously as an organization, y'all gotta make a pivot, G. Y'all gotta make a pivot into, trying to get draft picks and shit like that. But it's crazy, like the Bulls, we haven't had a successful draft. Like, we haven't been real good at drafting people, G, for the past, shit. I don't know how long, bro. Our best draft picks is obviously Kobe, Ayo, Modest. But like other than that, we didn't stank it up in the draft. G, stunk it up. Lauri Markkanen was a good draft pick, but shit, we traded him. Wendell Carter was a decent draft pick. We traded him. You feel me? And then after D Rose got traded, the Bulls went through like an ugly stretch for like 4 or 5 years. And that's when they first got Zach LaVine and shit. Like, they went through an ugly stretch, like from 2016 to like 2020, G. When we just didn't know what the fuck was going on with the Bulls. Like, we ain't know what was happening, G. Like, it was bad, bro. we finally starting to get it together a little bit. We got a young core. We playing good right now. We playing good basketball, G. But like the whole downfall of the Bulls organization, it first came from when they stopped the championship Bulls team. They stopped them from being great. They stopped them from they just discontinued that team. And then when D Rose came, and then when they traded D Rose, that's when we fell off again. Now we trying to build it back up, fo. We gonna get back to the promised land, G. We got Dosey Dose, fo. Io Dose, G. Feel me? Kobe White, Modest. They gonna, they gonna lead the way. Josh Giddey, fo. So you feel me? We coming, bro. Best believe. But man, bro, this is a sad story. Sad, G. Damn, Tom Thibodeau, like, why would you leave him in the game, G? Like, why would... Come on, bro. That's why I threw my chair, folks, because that shit just made me mad seeing it. Like, bro, take him out the game. Nigga, we was winning by 12 points. You just got him just in the game still, fool. Like, we need him out there. Rest him up for the next game. See, that's Tom Thibodeau's problem, fool. That's probably why he got his ass fired from the Knicks, G. You out there overplaying Jalen Brunson, you was going to do the same shit to him. Right as the nigga's starting to get to his peak, G, you going to keep playing him, fool. And this nigga tore his ACL, man. Damn. Now we in Chicago, we'll never forgive him for that, fool. Even though he was trying to do what was best for the team, G, but like, we ain't going to never forgive him, G. We can't forget that, fool. Like, that shit just, man, bro. But y'all, that's the end of the video, man. For all my new viewers, I hope y'all enjoyed that. We're going to keep bringing more videos like this to y'all, man. More heat, more bangers, all right? But make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. It's your boy, Coach TDOT, man. I'm up out of here. I love y'all.